we go, boys. This is what we've been training for. Come on, Gran Turismo, don't let me down. I'm nervous. Here we go. Woo!
But before we get into any hot laps, let's start at the beginning. Driving from my house in Wakayama to Suzuka Circuit was about 2.5, 3 hours long. Did it after work, so was a late night drive. Thankfully, the weather was decent. It did start to rain on me in the middle and towards the end. I was getting very tired until I hit the Suzuka sign. The next morning, I started heading out the way to Suzuka, saw this lovely NSX specialty garage called Route KS, and then made my way up to the ever-famous Suzuka Circuit. Now, I had been to Suzuka Circuit a few times before this, but this is definitely the first time driving and first time going alone. I was really excited, wasn't exactly sure what to do or where to go. Thankfully, there were tons of crew members outside to help me, direct me, and answer where I needed to be and where I could drive. Once I got there, I knew I was in the right place because all of the high-performance Hondas and things that were ready to go out on track. I was a little early, so I took some photos.
Hey, what's up, guys? And I'm over here at Suzuka Circuit. You can tell by the Ferris wheel right there. I'm in the pit garage area, and they've got bikes right now running around the track, but I drove up, they were like, oh, NSX, chill. You get front row parking, so check that out. That's the main center building there, and the track's like right here, and they gave me premium parking right next to a couple of other really nice NSXs. We got a lot of Type Rs out here. S2000s, S660s are really popular over here. We got a really clean Euro R Accord, CL9, CL7, can't remember. But a lot of FL5s, a lot of really cool Hondas, and then we've got a lot of really cool non-Honda stuff right now.
Now, while I'm fiddling with my front license plate here, I'm going to give you a little background on Suzuka and why it's so special. Started in the 1950s and completed in 1962 by the Honda Motor Corporation. It was the brainchild of Soichiro Honda, the founder, who wanted a dedicated place to go motor racing, a dedicated circuit to go motor racing for Japanese auto manufacturers and fans alike. I first became aware of Suzuka Circuit from watching F1 and racing series back in the day, and also the first experience I really have with the circuit is driving it on video games like Gran Turismo. And driving a circuit virtually obviously is very different than driving one in real life. However, the splendor and challenge of the circuit is still available for everyone to see, and you can understand why F1 drivers of the past have described Suzuka Circuit as one of their favorites, actually. It has been home to many dramatic races and finishes in Formula One and other race series. Another thing that makes Suzuka interesting, it is still home to the world's last active Le Mans start. The Suzuka 8 Hours, which is a motorcycle race, uses the world famous Le Mans start, which, if you don't know, the racers begin on the other side of the track and have to run across the racetrack, mount the motorcycle, start it, and take off from the other side of the track after the starting gun has already been shot. This is quite dangerous and has been outlawed at the 24 Hours of Le Mans since 1970 due to safety concerns and making sure that drivers were safely harnessed in their vehicles before starting the race. Suzuka Circuit is located in Mie Prefecture, about 250 miles or 400 kilometers from Tokyo. So if you plan on visiting Suzuka while you are in Japan, just know that it is about halfway between Osaka and Tokyo. Suzuka is a host to Formula One, Super GT, MotoGP, the Suzuka 8-hour endurance race, and many more events. For these reasons and many more, I will say that Suzuka Circuit is my favorite racetrack in the world, and it has been a lifelong dream of mine to go ahead at one point and drive this circuit. Not just drive it, but drive it with one of my own cars. And I'm lucky enough to be able to do that with my dream car, my Acura NSX. And that's what makes this trip at Suzuka for me so special. The countless hours of daydreaming and practice I've done virtually has all come to a head to finally put my virtual experience into real-world action with my NSX and this world-renowned and very famous racetrack. Let's see how we do. Now, back to our regularly scheduled video.
Hopefully I can run a decent time. Now, I will say, on my way over here last night during the drive, my front splitter was, I should say my improvised front splitter, decided it didn't really want to help. Didn't want to be here anymore. So it decided to yeet itself right off my car. This is the remnants of that. So I won't have any front or the extra front downforce that I'm used to. So I did definitely dial back the downforce in the rear. Hopefully the balance isn't too far off and I can manage, especially around 130R and Spoon, where their high-speed corners need a lot of front-end grip. So since the 90s, basically, it's been everybody spends their time and money to switch all the USDM badges over to JDM badges, which is, you know, pretty cool. I did that. I've done that in my car. My NSX has all Honda stuff on it. But over here, Acura. The USDM is pretty hot here. However, I will say that this car is actually left-hand drive, so it probably is an Acura. He's a little under the weather today, and he's a little late, which is pretty rare for him. But he just showed up in his carrier car and with his NSX. So we're gonna go say what's up to Yamamoto San, who's actually the whole reason I'm here today. I did want to note that these Alphas are really, really neat and cool. There's a really nice 4C right there, but really the one that's got me shook right now is there is a beautiful Type 49 Lotus that just keeps staring at me and I can't help myself with it. Absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, right now we're gonna go find Yamamoto San. He's over here in the pit area. Hopefully they let us in.
Yamamoto San is a good friend of mine from way back. He operates RFY Garage, Racing Factory Yamamoto, making parts for the NSX and S2000. Link to his website in the description.
There's his NSX. We're gonna be doing some battle here later. He's a little under the weather, but that's not why he's going to the toilet, I hope. But yeah, I've worked on his NSX a little. He's worked on mine, so it'll be fun. Our cars are really similarly spec'd. So it's going to be pretty fun and close. He has obviously a lot more track time here than I do. This is my first event, so I'm very excited about it. Briefing.
Sorry, but there were no cameras allowed in the briefing room. Once we finished, everyone returned down to the pit area. So just finished with the driver's briefing, driver's meeting, driver's briefing. I'm used to American terms here, NASA terms. But so basically the same kind of stuff. They went over, you know, what to do in the warm-up lap and where to stay on the track, etc. You're always supposed to be on the racing line unless you are shown the meatball flag or you know you're leaking oil or something that's going to ruin the track surface. Then get off the line, etc. Pretty standard stuff, to be honest. It is a little surreal still to be going to a driver's meeting here at Suzuka. I'm still really stoked about it. Still hasn't quite hit me yet. I think a wave of nerves hit me a little bit when they broke down how much it costs should you, smack into a barrier, and there's two different types of barriers. And the price for repairing those both together is quite different, almost tenfold. Very interesting, very cool. Lots of really nice people. Honda cars meet, and I'm very excited to get my car ready. So right now I'm gonna do all the prep. I have about an hour and a half, almost a little more, to get everything out of the car that I'm not gonna be racing, and just do it, how we do it at NASA. I've always done it, floor mats, toolkit, everything out. Just that way there's less liability, and to be honest, it's less weight. So, all right, so we're gonna get going. I'm gonna help Yamamoto San unload his car and get it ready. After that, maybe grab a drink, water or something, and I'll see you out there. There he is, Mr. Missing from the meeting here. Looks like he's going to unload next to or right with me here in my garage. I apologize for the ever lovely sound. So, finished everything. They lined us up. They actually arranged the garages here so that you have 3x3 basically. So you have 3 there and 3 here. This side is all NSX. And then we have my car, my embarrassment. We have the Snoopy NSX Type R here, which I love. And then we have Yamamoto San's RFY shop car,
Really excited to see. We have about half an hour before we get out on track. I think they're cleaning it right now. The bike's just finished. In a little bit, the Fiats or the Alpha Club or whatever is going out. And so they're going to do that. And then they're going to get, I think, a half hour of time. And then we're going to go out at 2:30. About that right now, I'm just hanging out with Yamamoto San and the other NSX guys, and gonna have some fun. I'm excited. I'm getting nervous.
そうらしいよ。先輩です。先輩です。So, どう? I think it's the first time you've seen my car since Thunder Hill.
Yeah, I think so.
Very different, huh?
I don't remember.
I know. It's been a long time. I think 2015 was the last time. Yeah? You ready? I'm having fun. I'm already having fun. I'm ready. Thanks, man. Thanks for bringing me out. I appreciate it. I'm sorry you don't feel well. Oh. All right, they just gave me basically like a 7-minute warning. None of the other guys are here right now, so I think I got a little time. I think they're all in the bathroom. So I'm hydrating. I'm trying to keep my head cool. I'm gonna take a minute here, like off camera, and really try to focus, visualize the circuit. We're gonna do one lap under safety car or pace car, and then we're gonna queue up again here in the paddock or on hot pit, and then basically they may rearrange us depending on our speed or however they see fit. We all have transponders provided by the track, so that'll be good because I'll be able to get official times. My phone will also be running timing off of Hot Lap, the app, so we'll see how that goes. Right now I got to get geared up, in mode, locked in, so I guess wish me luck. Come on, old girl. We got this.
And with that, I think everybody's caught up to speed. Could say I was a little excited on that one.
Alright guys, so just finished the first session. I was out there the entire time 30 minutes, which was actually kind of a long time, but I just couldn't get off the track. There was just too much fun, and it was just too amazing for me. And, you know, being the first time out there, you know, there was a lot to learn. You know, I definitely came up to speed a lot slower. I think when I started, I was doing 250s, 252s, something like that. By the end, even with traffic, I was doing 241s, 240s. So I'm pretty excited about that. There's still a ton of time left in the car and on the track that I need to get in and do more with. The front end felt good. I would like more front end grip at speed, just to give me more confidence, but right now I'm not lacking, so that just means I'm not going fast enough. So definitely a lot to improve there. This guy's out here running, I think 230s, 232s or something. And you know, I didn't get a lot of clean laps. There was a lot of traffic. Thankfully, everyone that was driving today handled it really well. I will say that about these guys. They did really well with the traffic, and I'd come up on them and they'd stay really predictable and really good. And that's really the most important thing. They'd stay on their line and I'd just move around them. And that was one thing that really surprised me about this car right now, is that I was expecting to kind of fight and deal with a bit of understeer, but I really don't have that right now. So that kind of goes to show you what I'm doing with the Bridgestone RE71Rs. I'm really excited about those. They took the beating. They just kept going, never got greasy, never got funny. So, and my lap temps just kept falling and falling and falling. Front end was crisp. Definitely needs a little bit more rotation or front end bite, in my opinion. And I definitely think with the splitter, it'll do that. So that's something to work on for the next event. For now though, just keep learning the track, keep turning laps, keep doing well. I'm still really excited. I can't believe it. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I just finished a 30-minute session at Suzuka Circuit, and it's still surreal to me. Like, absolutely nuts that that's a reality that happened with my car. Like, that's just crazy to me. And you know, I bought this car when I was 22, and we've been together ever since, through heck and high water. And now we're both in Japan and we're both driving Suzuka, and yeah, that's pretty unreal to me. It's probably going to take a while to set in, really, and I'll, you know, probably be when I'm editing this video that it all really sinks in and clicks. But yeah, it's pretty special right now. I need to relax. I'm going to hydrate, use the restroom, and get ready for the next session. So yeah, you can see the second session didn't go as well. Had a mechanical issue coming out of Degna 2. and couldn't get the car into gear, and was able to force it into gear. Not a very nice thing to do, but needed to get it around and back into the pit here where it now sits. Pretty sure that a clutch spring, or there was a clutch failure, most likely, I would guess, having seen this kind of stuff before, it'd be a clutch spring. So now the plan is, yeah, looks like I'll be driving Yamamoto San's NSX back to his shop. He'll be towing mine back to his shop as well. And then once I get there, I'll just take the train home. Really not that big of a deal. But yeah, I mean, honestly, considering that I basically had an old used clutch and threw it all together when I had to get the car ready to go to Japan on the boat, you know, and that it lasted as long as it did, I'm really not sad at all. I'm pretty happy that, you know, we did what we did and we're able to keep doing it. We'll get it fixed up. We'll get it back out on track and back out on the streets. Yeah, and I'm gonna break down everything as far as what the car felt like and where it needs improvement. Definitely that second round when I started hitting into the 30s, the mid 30s, yeah, I could see some shortcomings on the car. So we need to address those for the next event, which is coming up pretty soon here. So I gotta fix it and upgrade it again. I think it's time to put a tilt and clutch back in there. So now the drive of shame back in Yamamoto San's NSX. Started out left-hand drive today, ending up right-hand drive. I guess still an NSX, so I guess it could be worse. But definitely an amazing experience, unbelievable. I cannot wait to do it again. Yeah, that was unreal. Like, it still hasn't fully set in yet, and to be honest with you, I don't know when it will. So the plan is, yeah, we're gonna drop my car off at the shop. Probably gonna get some dinner on the way there. It's about a 2.5 hour drive to the shop. So we got some time to figure out what's happening. It got cold here, like all of a sudden, and it is absolutely the most gorgeous day. So I cannot wait to come back and do this again, because it was the best track I've ever been on my whole life. Like, absolutely no cap, not overselling it. It was amazing. I cannot wait. And now we're here looking to see what possibly went wrong on the NSX, and so far definitely sounds mechanical. You can hear it as the clutch depresses. It sounds very mechanical. There's a clank, clank, clank that definitely was not there before. But there is some fluid, which is interesting. So I'm not 100% on what's going on over here. Hopefully nothing crazy. Yeah, there she is, just waiting now to get fixed.
Since my track time at Suzuka today got cut a little short, I thought it might be fun to compare the Gran Turismo line versus the line that I ended up taking in my NSX, and how realistic the game actually is. And editing this video and putting this clip specifically together, it is pretty amazing to see just how accurate the virtual track is compared to the real life one. I'm glad I had so many laps and so much experience virtually, because I knew exactly where the racing line was and what to do. I came off the bat doing pretty good, I think, for a first timer, and to realize a childhood dream of racing around the circuit was a really special day for me. Thank you everyone for tuning in as I drove around Suzuka Circuit. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you are in Japan, you have a chance to see the circuit, I definitely recommend it. It is a really special place for me. Please like and subscribe this video, and hopefully you can join me for the next one as I fix my NSX to get it ready for the next event.